Hi, it's Fiona, and I'm sitting in my mom's office. Um, I'm just I needed to make a journal entry today, and it's been a exhausting day. Last night after my second journal entry, I got into a fight with my mom and whatever, and it was like not even a big deal, but I ended up being like, well, she was like, I can't believe you lied to me about such and such. And I was like, well, you lie to me sometimes. She's like, yeah, that one time, such and such time. And I was like, no, really recently. I'm not going to go into that because it's not a fun topic. Either way, it was just really exhausting. And I felt like being really mad at my mom. Sometimes I just really want to be mad at her. I just want her to let me be mad at her. Because apparently when I'm mad at her, it's like a friggin' nuclear bomb just went off. I can't have my own fucking feelings when I want to. She just gets angry when I'm not like in the greatest mood ever. She's like, oh, why don't you get mad about it? I'm like, yeah, I am mad. She gets all pissed at me, and then she's like, well, I think there's nothing else for us to say, so I'm just going to go upstairs, and when you're ready to say something to me, you can come up and say it. And I'm like, wow, I'm not going to say anything. So I went to bed, and then she came, and she's like, what's going on? And so then I was just tired of arguing, so I started to cry, and I was like, I'm so mad at everyone. I've never been so angry for no reason in my entire life. But I am. I'm very angry right now. Not right now in this moment, but in that moment I was just like angry at everything. And I didn't want anyone to talk to me. I didn't want to be like that injured dog, injured puppy, like, oh, I'm so sorry you're going through this, patting you. No. But then mom woke me up at whatever, like 11. She was like, want to go to the Blue Door with me? Blue Door is a cafe with Maya and I. Maya is my niece. So I was like, yeah. So we went and had a pretty good time, and then we went on some errands and came back. Basically all day I watched Law and Order Special Victims Unit because I love that show on Netflix, and they have like 12 seasons of it, so I'm like, yay, whatever. And so then at like whatever time, 7 o'clock, Tom's my stepdad, he was like, so Gus is coming over. I'm like, yeah, I know, with Chloe. Chloe's his girlfriend. Gus is Tom's son, and he's really nice and stuff. But also he's bringing a bunch of people. I'm like, really? And I was like, what kind of people? And he's like, college students from his college. And I was like, okay. So for some reason, I wasn't really liking that idea at all. I mean, I'm fine. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me whether his friends come over. But at the same time, I was like, you're going to bring a whole bunch of college students into our house? Why? So, like, they come in. Whatever, we get 2 large pizzas and whatever. And so I'm upstairs for a while because I didn't really want to be like the first person. I wanted to come in later. Like, I didn't want to be the one who came in first. So that's always really awkward for everyone involved. And so Gwen and I, my sister and I, are both kind of like, why are they here? And I don't really like this very much. And she and I are really cool. I mean, my sister and I, we're kind of like the same in a lot of ways. Oh my gosh, I look like an idiot. We look the same. We think the same. Sometimes. But she's like 9 years older than me. But still. And so we're both kind of like, well, I don't know why I don't like this very much. And so Gwen and I both get kind of spiffed up or whatever. We go downstairs, and Gwen stands there for like a minute or two. I don't want to be in there first, so I let Gwen go in, and I just kind of watch from the sidelines. And they don't introduce themselves, and they just sit there and start laughing their asses off about whatever. And Gwen's just kind of standing there waiting for someone to say, oh, this is Fiona, or waiting for one of them to introduce themselves. So eventually Gus is like, oh, this is such and such, such and such and such and such. This is Gwen, my stepsister. And so then I go in, and I stand there for a minute or so. And then Gwen and I get our pizza and sit down at the table. And Gwen and I are just being like, do you not know how to act in a social situation? Because you're not saying anything. You're not introducing yourselves. You're not asking us about our lives. You're not saying, so how's school for you or whatever. And it's just like, even my mom is trying to be like all funny and stuff. So my mom does this thing. I mean, I love my mom very much. But it was really funny when she said this. She was like, so I don't mean to be cliche. but what's your major? She says in that voice and stuff. And all of them are scientific majors, some kind of scientific major. My mom's an English professor. And so then none of them thought it was funny that she used that voice, and it was just like really silent for like 2 minutes. No, that's a lie. That's an exaggeration, but it was pretty silent for a couple seconds, and Mom was like, ah. It was terrible. What else? So yeah, we sit there, Gwen and I sit there for a couple of minutes, and then someone brings up Maya, and both Gwen and I can see it in Gwen's face. We're both kind of sitting there, Mom, if you try to bring me in this conversation, I will murder you. And she didn't think fully, but Gwen got up and left. And I sat there really awkwardly for like another 2 minutes, and then I went upstairs with Gwen. She's like, you want to go for a walk? I'm like, yeah, I'm not sitting down there for another however long. It's only the conversation that they were having downstairs consisted of like whatever. About like how their college dorms are like really not very pretty, and then they start talking about themselves, and all they did was talk about themselves. And it's not like I want to be the center of attention. I want to at least feel like I'm a part of the conversation. And I wasn't. I couldn't be. They're all wearing the same color nail polish. I'm so mean. They're all wearing the same color nail polish. It's like an ugly green, dark green, shiny thing that you wear like on Halloween or something. It was terrible. One of them has blue eyebrows, and I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. And so then Gwen and I sat upstairs for a while, and I decided that I wanted to make my video blog. And here we are. Wow. Oh my god, it's just so exhausting. I guess that's all then that I wanted to say. I guess the moral for this is please learn how to introduce yourself, and really, really try to include people in your conversations. Really. That's all. Okay. Bye. Number 3.